Hello friends, welcome to my channel Game of Trades. Today is 7th of February 2018 and in this video I will be talking about broker selection. This topic I am taking up only because there are a lot of new subscribers to my YouTube channel and they have asked specifically that since they are new to the market, they don't know how to trade as well as they want to know which broker they should go for to open the account. There are a lot of new members that have joined in my WhatsApp group also, and I see a lot of discussions happening regarding broker also in the group. So that's the reason, and there are guys who always keeps on pinging me on one-to-one chat also. So I see a lot of confusion there. So that's the reason I want to take up this topic and to put this discussion to an end. So I will keep this video mostly based on my experience from the point on where I started my journey in trading. First, see the disclaimer. Whatever information you are viewing through this YouTube channel is only for educational purpose, and any trade that you wish to take upon based on any suggestions made here is entirely your responsibility, and I can't be held legally responsible for your profit or loss. Now, so how to select a broker? Now, this is whenever someone comes to whenever someone starts their career or journey in trading, this is a foremost question that comes to their mind because unless they have a broker account, they cannot do the trading. They cannot do chart selection. They don't know how the platform works. So this is something that is very vital for a newbie in the market. So mostly when I go for a broker selection, the very first thing which I see is the trading platform. How charting tool, uh, what is the charting tool that they are providing? How good is that charting tool? Because that's the foremost important for me. Being a technical chartist, it's important that all the technicals, all the indicators, all the studies that you use that are useful for your trading must be provided by the trading platform. Apart from that, how easy is it to use? No, it should not be very complicated because trading is a complicated profession. It's your real money. At least the platform should be simple enough, should be user friendly, uh, should be like that you just see and you know what to do. There should not be any sophistication involved in that. So that's the first thing. The trading platform should be very good. The technical chart and all those things should be drawn flawlessly. Data should flow in and out. There should be proper timing, and if these things are there, then I will go for it. So trading platform is the foremost thing. The second thing is brokerage or the cost or commissions involved, and there are a lot of types of this type of commission. So one is annual. Another thing is we have a broker assisted charge. So whenever you do a call support and all, to you ask for placing a trade, and also possibly many a times there is a charge from the broker side also. And also if they are providing some whatever platform they are providing, sometimes it could be charged, and there are a lot of paid softwares available in the market, because they might be very good. They are providing some exceptional feature that would be not there in free version. So some paid softwares are also there. So after the trading platform, I will look for what is the cost involved. And since most of the brokers are providing their platform free, so possibly we can take away this trading platform charge. But then there are other players who are providing specifically this trading platform, and they have very advanced features. So I have heard that as large as 1 lakh to I think 80,000 to 1 lakh and even more are being charged yearly for some of the software. So of course they would be providing some exceptional features. That's why people traders are ready to pay that much. Now, apart from that, you want some on-call support. So, for example, at times like budget day, which we witnessed last week, it happens that because of high volatility and a lot of confusions that where we are heading, either up or down, it might happen that a lot of huge volumes of data flow in because we will want to take use or take the advantage of this volatility. So in that case, sometimes it does happen that the trading platform is not able to perform optimally. In that case, you want that on-call support should be there, so you can call the broker guys, the guys who can place the trade for you, and you want this support to happen flawlessly. So, for example, you are if you are holding a call or a short position, and the very next day, which is a big event day, market goes against what you had thought, and you are not able to access it via via web platform or whatever desktop platform that you have been provided. In that case, that call support is the only way that you can get your position squared off. So that is very important, and I consider uh, it should be that they should not come, that you are not able to do anything and you are dependent on call support. Trading platform should be robust enough to handle that. But in cases where it is not able to, then this on call support is very useful. Also general support. Say for example, let's say you are living in Mumbai and you got transferred for some reason to Delhi. In that case, you want that your address change should happen flawlessly. So there, this general support via email or via call, that should be supported, because every time you don't want to walk into the office because the reason you are transferred to might not have the office of your broker. So email support and other things should happen. Also, in case where you want to change your bank details. So suppose today your one of the bank account is registered with your broker, and tomorrow you decide that you want to close that account. So in that case, you should be able to change and add a new account to your broker, so that from now transaction can happen in another account. So these are the general things that a broker should support, and these are the points which I look in a broker. There are other points also. So for example, if you are into mutual funds, then you might want that your broker should support buying and selling of mutual funds through your trading platform. But then I am not a fan of mutual funds, so for me that is not important. So if you are into mutual funds, then that is also a point that you can go for, because it does not make sense to have a trading platform in XYZ with XYZ broker, and just to buy your mutual funds in ABC broker. If you can maintain all these things at one place, then that's a good thing. Because if, let's say, you have to change a bank account because your first bank account you are going to close, right? So you have to do the same changes at both the places, and it does not make sense. So for me, if I have to do it, I will do everything at one go. I don't want to open different accounts with different brokers. That is too much to maintain. Also, now my experience with brokers. So when I started my trading journey, I was not aware of much of the brokers, and I had my salary account in SBI. So I opened SBI Securities, and as far as I remember, because it was around 4 or 5 years back, uh, UI was good enough, but then the only thing is I was not aware of much of the technical analysis. So for me, and as far as I remember, I just traded once in a year. I bought some share of one particular company, and I just kept it for a few months. And then when I was in profit, I just booked it. And after that, let's say for 1 or 1.5 year, I didn't use it. And then suddenly. Suddenly, I mean, after that 1 year, I just got into trading. I met certain people, and then the enthusiasm of trading again came back into me. And then this ICIC Direct account I opened, and this was because one of my roommate was ICIC Bank manager, and he told that okay, he has to meet his target and all, and it will help him in his career if I open an account with him. And I told, okay, fine, if that helps, then I went for ICIC Direct. And my experience with ICIC Direct, I must tell you guys that this is the worst broker you can have. Uh, don't get fooled by seeing the advertisement you in the television. What we see is that and after using that you will feel that, and if you are into technical analysis, then you will see that how this TV people, this commercial ads fool you, because I see in the advertisement, and you might have seen as well, that what happens, so the scene is something like this: a guy is there very early morning. He gets dressed to go for office. He takes his bag, and then his mother come with a thali in hand. So basically, arti thali, and then she just does a tikka on his forehead, and then he picks up his office bag, and then he is ready to go to office. So what he does is he crosses the door of one room, and goes into another room. Now that room, once he enters, there's a desktop in front of him. He opens that, he boots that desktop, and then in that, and after that he opens ICIC Direct website, and he starts trading. And the ad is that we have a very good we provide a very good platform, and this trading is a career decision, and you can take it, and you don't need to do a 9 to 5 job. You can just trade and earn enough, and you can earn by trading, and that too with ICIC Direct software. I believe their trading platform is called, technical chart platform is called, uh, Trade Racer. And believe me, guys, I had worst experience with that. That does not provide sufficient. Leave the word sufficient. It's really very bad. They are not much technical tools, and also the last time I saw it, I don't consider it as a technical analysis platform at all. So for me, ICIC Direct is a big no. Also, it is not good in terms of brokerage. So I will not go for ICIC Direct in any case now. uh, and I am then I went to Sharekhan, and I find Sharekhan is pretty decent. It's really very good. The chart software, the charting software is really awesome. And after that, it was acquired by BNP Paribas. It has really blossomed. It is really flourishing. So with Sher Khan, I must tell that it is one of the best trading platform. It is one of the best trading charting software it has got, and a lot of new features are being added to the Trade Tiger. So the trading platform is called Trade Tiger, and I find it really very good. There are a lot of options provided there that you can use it this way. You can put a lot on a price action. So I find Sher Khan has a very advanced tooling software. They provide a web interface also, and which is also good. So the only reason I left Sharekhan is that because of its brokerage. So that's the reason I decided that I need to go for discount broking. So I was new to this concept of discount brokerage, and once I found that such thing exists, then for me it was an easy decision to go for discount broking. And after I saw the charting tool of Zerodha web interface, which I needed because Sharekhan Trade Tiger, if you are a full time, if you always remain in your place, and you can carry your desktop everywhere, then Sharekhan is really good because you have a Trade Tiger which you can install in the laptop. But then but about Zerodha, you can use web interface and you can trade anywhere. With Sharekhan also that is true. So no doubt about that. And in fact, Sharekhan's Trade Tiger is much better than Zerodha's Pi desktop app. So if you have used Trade Tiger, then definitely you will not go for Zerodha Pi. So that kind of distinction is there. But then with Zerodha, first advantage that I see is what is the brokerage, and the second thing which I see is this web interface, which is very good in terms of uh, in terms of chart analysis. Other thing, there are some drawbacks of Zerodha. That is, in the morning it shows very absurd figure, and that it should really take care, because for few hours in the early morning it does not give you correct picture. Whenever you see in the early morning, I have seen sometimes that the sum of all positions in profit becomes in crore. That gives you a good feeling, and all the cost price becomes zero, and this is not good. They should do something about it. The settlement or whatever they are happening during that point of time, uh, at least this absurd figure should not happen. Apart from that, I find Zerodha very decent. I have been using for years now, and I'm very happy with Zerodha. I have no problem doing that. Sometimes, yes, during some events, Zerodha is not able to perform optimally, but then from years down line, I have seen Zerodha becoming something which is expected from a very good broker, and a lot of big players are already working with Zerodha. Also, there are some other brokers like Upstocks, Samco, and all, and there would be some guys who would be knowing better than me. And since I don't have experience with those, so I cannot comment here. Probably, if you know something about it, you can tell me in the comment section. But then currently, I am not planning to switch from Zerodha. I like it, and unless I have a very good reason to switch, then probably I'm not thinking on those lines. So these are my experiences with brokers in my trading journey. So that's it. You can choose whatever you want, whatever I have felt about it. I have told. So if I have to rate, then I will first rate. Jirodha and Sharekhan both are good. The only thing is, if brokerage matters to you, you can choose. So ICICI Direct is worst, and SBI Securities, I don't remember much of that because I didn't trade it much with that. The only thing for charting, whenever you click some Java applet will appear. I'm talking about years back. They might have changed and all, and that applet was good enough for doing that. So it was something similar to iCharts, if you know, uh, iCharts.com, so or .in something. So that's it, guys. That's my experience with brokers. If you have any suggestions for me on this, and if you recommend any other brokers, then you can tell me so that I can have a look on that as well. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.